Okay, got it. All right, welcome everybody. So let's start seated on the chair. And if you have a table or another chair, then that would be helpful to start off with. So have the feet wide, wider than the chair, and then pull the buttock flesh back so that you're seated on the front of the buttock bones. Keeping the sides of the waist long, the sides of the chest long. Then come forward. Reach your hands forward, not to compress the abdomen, but extend the chest forward. Have your legs wide enough that you can fit your trunk through. And then come on up. Take your hands to the, sit on the front of your chair, and then take your hands to the back of the chair and extend forward to get the chest open. And maybe take the hands higher up so that you can roll the shoulders back and spread across the collarbones. So all of this is to enliven the spine, to draw bring support to the heart and lungs, to lift the heart and lungs. And then from here, come on back. Sit sideways on the chair. Pull the buttock flesh back. If you're tall, I suggest sitting on a blanket or a bolster. That helps everybody, but just to keep it simple, you could just sit without support right now. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Bharadvajasana on the chair. So keep your feet hips distance, knees above the ankles, and then as you press down on the back of the chair, lift up to the sides of the chest, extend through the crown of the head. And then from here, turn the shoulders, lift up to the sides of the chest, and broaden across the elbows. Pull the elbows apart from each other as you turn. Keep drawing the abdomen back, lifting the chest up. And then release. Go to the other side. Plant the feet underneath the knees hip width. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Bharadvajasana to the side. So inhaling, extend up. Keeping the feet pressing, keeping the hips anchored. From that long extension of the spine, begin to turn more and more. See that the abdomen is pulling up and back while the spine, middle back, upper back, is moving from back to front. Widen the elbows away from each other, broaden across the sides of the chest. Bring your attention to your diaphragm and move the diaphragm to the back body as you lift the sternum from bottom to top. And then release. Let's do the first side again. Let me just say a little bit more about your diaphragm. So when the diaphragm is pushing forward, then there's a hardness, and it restricts the breathing actually. But if I can move that diaphragm back at the same time that I'm lifting the spine and bringing the chest forward, then there should be a freedom in both the breath and in the openness of the chest. So inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, and as you reach your arms up, move the diaphragm so it's at about the level of the lower ribs. Move the diaphragm back, widen across the back ribs, and then keeping the height that you've created through Urdhva Hastasana, turn, pull the sides of the chair, draw the spine from back to front while moving the diaphragm toward the back body so that there's a softness in the diaphragm and the breath comes easily. So even though you're in a twist, not to restrict the breath, instead have a lightness in the breath. Don't necessarily try to take deep breaths when you're twisting, but the breath should be light, in and out through the nose. And the spine tall, and turn the shoulders and release. Okay, second side. Feet forward. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Diaphragm moving from front to back, but the sternum lifting from bottom to top. So just because the diaphragm is moving, not to close the heart center, and then exhale, turn, holding the back of the chair. So the diaphragm still moving from front to back, but the sternum lifting from bottom to top, so that the chest is still open, the spine is still lifting up. Spine lifting up as the shoulders turn more and more and more. The hands can really assist here. So the back hand is pushing into the top of the chair. The front hand is pulling, and that helps to turn the shoulders more. And release. Come back to center. All right, so then let's have the chair against the wall. I can use the couch here, but you could, if you have a wall, you can use a wall, so like this, okay? The back of the front of the chair facing. And then if you want, you could have a mat. It's not, it kind of depends on your floor, whether you want to use a mat here or not. And then from here, stand with your back to the chair. You can hold on to the top of the chair with your hands as you lengthen the tailbone down. If you're on your period or you're pregnant, take your feet apart, hip width, and then step the legs wide. Still holding onto the chair. So the chair is kind of like bracing my sacrum, giving me stability in the hips, and I press down through the heels, thighs back. And now turn the right leg out, left foot slightly in. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, you can take the hand down the chair leg. The other hand stays on top of the chair and on the top of the chair behind, and then roll the right buttock under, press the left thigh back, and a little bit of a lean into the back of the chair to spread the chest open, roll the left shoulder back. Grip the right buttock under, bring the right buttock forward as you press your left thigh back. Utthita Trikonasana with the support of the chair. And then come on up, still holding onto the chair. Go to the other side. So turn the left leg out, turn the right foot slightly in. Inhale, exhale. You can take the left hand down the leg of the chair. You can even put the left hand on the seat of the chair. So whatever works for you. The right hand stays onto the top of the chair. So the right hand is bracing. And the first thing is to really make sure that the left foot is pressing, the right outer heel is pressing into the floor, and then turn the left leg out so that the knee is facing the ceiling, and then get the buttock under, the left buttock under. As you press the right thigh back. Stabilize through the hips, stabilize through the legs. Really grip the legs so that they're holding you up, and then extend to the crown of the head. Roll the shoulders back. And inhale, come on up. Turn the feet back to center. And step the feet back together into Tadasana. Step the legs wide. So here the chair is kind of simulating the trestle that we would have in class. You could also do this against the back of a kitchen, against a kitchen counter or a dresser or something like that. You probably have something in your house. And then turn your right leg out. Right foot out, right knee facing the same direction as the right toes. Inhale, exhale, now bend the right leg into a square. Keep pressing your hands down into the top of the chair so that the chest lifts. And then from there, roll the right buttock under, bring the knee over the ankle, right knee over that right ankle, and then roll the right buttock under the trunk and spread the chest open. Keep pushing down with the hands and lift the spine up. Press into the left outer heel and press the left thigh back as you roll the right buttock under. And then come on up. Turn the feet forward. Go to the second side. So now the left leg turns out. Inhale, exhale, bend the left leg into a square. Press your right thigh back. Spread the chest open. Remember to always start with the consciousness of the feet. So as you press down into the center of the left heel, turn the left thigh out, knee over the ankle, and then in the right foot, press into the outer right edge of the foot, lift up through the right inner thigh, lift up through, push the hands down and lift the chest up, buttock under, and then coming up. That's Virabhadrasana 2. And then come back, step the feet together. One of the very best poses is Ardha Chandrasana. So here's a way to do it supported, is to, I suggest putting a bolster on the seat of the chair, like this. And you could have, I suggest having the chair against the wall like this, so that you have a wall behind you. But also I could do it, I have a table, so I'm going to put my heel up on the table. So turn your right foot toward the chair. Have the right foot facing the chair, and have the chair be maybe 8-10 inches away. Okay? Now the right elbow is going to come onto the bolster. The right elbow onto the bolster. Have your back to the wall, Lindsay. Then you can hold on with your left hand to the top of the chair. So you're in this preparatory position. Hold your left hand here. And then take your right leg up. Your left leg up. Yeah, so it's supported Ardha Chandrasana. Make sure that the right hip is over the right heel. The table is a little bit low for me. Maybe I can put a block on the table, and that should be just right. Yeah. So make sure the hip is over the heel, and see that the right knee is turning the same direction as the right toes toward the chair. And then with your hand on the top of the chair, you can open the chest up. And if you have the wall, you can take the arm up and the hand to the wall behind you. Yes, like that. So it creates a tremendous lightness in this lower abdominal region. And then come on down. And turn around. All right, so the left foot is facing the chair, the left knee is facing the chair. And then come down to your elbow. You can use the other hand here. And then the other leg goes up. Reach to the heel. Grip the left kneecap. Make sure that the left knee is firm, the quadriceps lifting. Buttock turned under. Extend through the right heel more and more. And turn the lower abdomen, turn the navel toward the ceiling. You could take the arm back and have the hand on the wall behind you. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. And now from here, bring the right foot down and come on up. The Adho Mukha Svanasana that is the best is this one. You could put your head on a bolster and your hands on the chair, on the seat of the chair or on the bars of the chair. Make sure the chair is not going to slip and then pushing back against something. Okay. And we'll push one up. See that the hips are behind the heels, and so that you can get maximum length of the backs of the legs, maximum length of the spine. All right. And then step forward and come on up. So it's a backbend week at the studio. So we've been doing backbends all week, and there's some modified backbends that you can do from the chair. There are a lot of things that you can do from the chair, but here's one. So I'm pretty close to the wall here. So I'm about just like 12 inches from the wall. The back of the chair is maybe 10, 12 inches away from the wall. And then I hook my arms underneath like this. Look where my feet go, on the heels of up on the chair legs. And as I push my hands through, I lift the chest and I can bring the head to the wall. So it's supported here. See, so it's just a mild back bend to get some opening in that upper spine. Pull the elbows down toward the floor. Reach the hands up to the ceiling. Abdomen stays up and pulled back as I extend through the fingers. And then release, rest. Okay, now if that went well, you could try taking the chair a little bit forward, an inch or so forward. It'll be more intense the further you go, but you could try it if you want to. Hook the arms through, take the head back. So now maybe the head will go a little further down. If that feels like it's too intense, you can always come a little bit closer to the wall. Keep reaching with your hands and lengthening down with your elbows as you spread across the top chest. Pull the shoulder blades in, lean into that back bar, and then come on up. So I would not recommend this version that I'm about to show you right now, but maybe later on you would want to do it. And those of you at home, you might want to try this. But then the elbows are hooked in, and this time the hips can come up. Oh, I'm too close to the wall. This time the hips come up, and then come back like this. Otherwise, you can just keep your hips down, and it's a milder version. All right? So one more time, the version of your choice. So reach the elbows through, spread the chest open, and either sit down, keep your back down, or you can lift the hips up and then come all the way over the chair. Notice that the chair is hooking just underneath the shoulder blades, not in the low back, just underneath the shoulder blades on the upper back. Good. And then release. All right. So then from here, let's have the chair near the wall, okay? And put a 4-fold sticky mat on your chair near the wall. So this is chair Sarvangasana, which is really such a great, wonderful, important pose. And the way you do it, and then a bolster is at the foot of the chair. I'm just going to pull it closer in. Imagine that the wall is here where the couch is, but I'm just not going to bother with that right now because I don't want to be so far away from the camera. So I hook my legs over the back like this. Now the abdomen stays soft as I lie back. Okay, so I don't want to be gripping, making this an abdominal pose. And then my head touches the bolster like this. And then from here, I ease myself down until the shoulders come to the bolster. I reach my arms inside and I stretch the legs up. Now it's helpful if you have a wall here, and then your heels can come up the wall. But right now, I'm just using the back of the chair. All right, so this is chair Sarvangasana. So you can have your feet together a little bit apart, and then reach up through the heels. Spread the chest open. Reach the tailbone up. Spread across the collarbones. Roll the upper arm bones out. This is a really great pose to be in for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or longer. And so on your own, you can do this longer than we have time for today. But really wonderful pose. And you can even do leg variations here. So now try bringing your feet to the top of the chair, Baddha Konasana, and take your knees out to the sides. So you can do Baddha Konasana here. And what's nice about this is because you are not constrained by gravity, then you might have a little more range of motion in your hips. So now come back up, legs straight again. Spread across that top chest. Roll the shoulders under. There are a bunch of arm variations that you can do here also. So once your sacrum is caught on the seat of the chair, you can unhook your arms and have your hands like Hasta Vaikasana, bow post, cactus, arms kind of thing. All right. See that the upper arm is still on the bolster so that the collarbones are spreading. Now, the way you come out is you slide down. I'm pushing the bolster toward the chair as I slide down to the floor, and then the buttocks will come to rest. The hips and the lumbar will come to rest on the bolster, and then rest the legs on the seat of the chair. And this is actually a really lovely pose also. This is a version of Viparita Karani, inverted leg pose. And you can even take Shavasana here. So if you're comfortable, just stay here. Allow the chest to spread open, collarbones widen, arms heavy. Release the legs onto the seat of the chair. Let the femurs drop down into the hip sockets. Abdomen soft. Abdomen gently, effortlessly rising and falling with the breath. You can close your eyes. Soften all the muscles of the face. Soften the throat. To finish, you can slide the bolster toward the chair until the buttocks come off. And then you could rest the legs on the bolster. That's also a really nice way to practice Shavasana. So now you all can stay in Shavasana as long as you wish. I will officially end, but stay and rest as long as you want to in Shavasana. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.